Thank you for joining us here on Mature Living. I'm Mary Yanez, Director of the Senior Adult Program at the El Paso Community College. And let me tell you, we have a great program lined up for you. We're going to meet a couple of ladies right now who have been working really hard with the elders, and they're also co-sponsors with Humana, also for our Love Conference. So I want you to meet them. I know this is the first time you've been on, so, we're just going to, go right smoothly through this interview. And I want to introduce Carla Martinez, who is with WellMed. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for having us.
Great. And then Veronica Marquez is with Conviva. And you all, WellMed and Conviva, have partnered with Humana, Alma Sierra, with Humana for our Love Conference. And you are our luncheon sponsors. And so that's a really important part of our conference that we're going to have on Saturday, February the 10th at the El Paso Community College. So anyway, but let's start. Tell me a little bit about the work that you do over there at WellMed.
Well, I'm the Growth and Business Development Director for WellMed. WellMed is a medical management group. We have 10 clinics around town that cater to 65 and older for Medicare eligibles. And we provide holistic medical care.
Wonderful. And I get to meet some of your WellMed participants, the elders, the seniors, but they're very active and they go to different activities that you have at WellMed clinics.
Yes, we try to have, in addition to the services, the medical services that we provide, we also try to keep our patients engaged in different activities. So we have monthly events going on in all of our clinics. We do things with Silver Sneakers. We also do things with our own clinics, like arts and crafts and different activities to keep everybody engaged and keep them active in the community.
Yes, and our theme this year for our Love Conference is do what makes you happy and thrive. And that's exactly what you're doing with your participants. And then I also want to ask Veronica Marquez with Conviva, you have also a variety of
Yes, we do. We have two locations here in El Paso. We have one on the Cliff side, central side of town, and one on Yarborough and Vista. That's all really close to the Humana office as well. Same thing. We do pride in taking care of our seniors, and we do have 2 activity centers where the same thing. We have Silver Sneakers. We have different activities, arts and crafts. We also have some educational classes that we provide for our seniors to try to maintain them engaged and out in the community. Our activity centers are open for anybody over the age of 55. They don't necessarily have to be patients of our clinic to be able to come in and attend.
Really? Oh, that's interesting. I know that you, WellMed, has sponsored one of our nutrition classes that we have, cooking for healthy cooking, and so thank you for that. I don't think I've ever thanked you for that. And so what we also want to ask you is, the medical doctors that work with you, and then maybe we'll start with WellMed. Tell me about your medical doctors and what you provide.
We do have 10 clinics in town. They're all in different, we have East Side, West Side, and Central. Our newest location is WellMed at Paisano. That's opening up in February 28th. But our doctors are always there to offer preventative care.
And so what about your clinics?
So our clinics right now, we have 8 doctors between our two locations. We have 5 at our Vista del Sol location and 3 at our Cliff location. But yes, our doctors are specialized in the adult community, and we pride in doing the preventative visits. We do have our labs on site where we also provide that service. This way our patients do not have to go off site to do their labs.
And anybody can go in and find out about your services, and how do they join?
Yes. Generally, you can always get a hold of me. That's one of the easiest. I can provide you with my number later on. But you can walk into any of the WellMed clinics and ask if they're currently accepting patients. And that's one way to get into services.
And also Humana provides the Silver Sneakers. And that's really important exercise, isn't it? So, and I'm wondering, why did you decide to co-sponsor with the Love Conference? I know this is our 27th annual. Can you imagine 27 years of Love Conferences? in this community. And boy, they know when it's going to happen around Valentine's, because it's about loving yourself and taking care of yourself. Number one, because many of them are caregivers for spouses or for sisters and brothers, and they help each other in this community. So why did you decide?
I think Conviva decided to sponsor for the Love Conference because, of course, Alma's a dear friend of ours, and you as well, Mary. So we like to give back to the community and to provide that exposure so that the community can know that we're out there and that we're helping and supporting in every little way that we can, especially in a conference such as the Love Conference, when we do know, like you said, that it's to love ourselves and to be out and be active with the community and show that love for our seniors.
And we already have about 500 seniors that have registered on Eventbrite. So you're going to have a big crowd. You'll have tables there, and you'll have your staff there to talk about, your services. And then, of course, you'll have a couple of tables. And why did you decide?
Well, we want to support our community. First and foremost, we want to give thanks to our community. We want to support programs such as yours, Mary, that does so much for the seniors. We want to be a part of the community and engage with our members. I think most importantly, we have a shared goal of keeping our members thriving,
yes.
Our seniors healthy. So that's one of the reasons why we wanted to commit to you to be an active sponsor in this great conference that you have. And also too, it's a lot of fun. We love anything that promotes fun. I think it's one of the things that we're trying to promote in this year's conference.
And you know what? You mentioned the theme, and the theme is do what makes you happy and thrive. What a nice thought, and we're going to have speakers, by the way, at the conference. We're going to have entertainment by our seniors in our classes. I know you all promote our classes because they're free. We have about 60 sections of classes each semester, about 30 instructors. We have classes all over the senior centers, at the college campuses. And so thank you for being sponsors. And we want to thank Alma, right, at Humana. We can't forget Alma Sierra. And so she's not available today, but we certainly want to thank Humana as well for her hard work. And so you're going to have a speaker. We're going to have Bob Warwick also speaking about making friends in aging. And then we're going to have entertainment. Mariachis are going to be on at the last hour of our event. So I have a beautiful presentation coming up with Trish Laskowski, who's one of our dance instructors, and she's got the seniors, and she's going to do a number that's titled Dancing Through the Decades. That sounds so fun. So you're going to be there, and I really, really want to thank you for being a part of this. We have about 30 or so, 35 other exhibitors that are going to be present because we want our seniors to go and visit the exhibits. So I know you're going to be there. What message do you want to tell the seniors that will show up to the conference?
Well, we definitely our mission is help people live healthier lives. So that's one of the things that we will definitely be promoting. I think we're going to have a lot of information about which providers are currently accepting patients. We'll have information about our different programs because in addition to medical services, we do have a lot of programs and initiatives that help our seniors. We have a medication assistance program. We have a caregiver SOS program. So there's a lot of great resources that we can offer our seniors.
Yes.
So we'll have that available.
Super. And that information will be available at the conference and at your centers or by calling you. And we'll give your number.
And we hope to have some fun surprises. We have to have some fun.
Absolutely. And what message, and I know you have thoughts that you haven't talked about yet.
Yes, well, first of all, I want to say thank you for allowing us the time to be present at the Love Conference because, yes, we are very excited and we want to provide information for our seniors about our clinics, what we offer as well. We have a care model where we do have caseworkers that can assist our patients, the love that our doctors have for our patients as well, the service that we provide and how we can continue to grow together with your programs and continue to support the
It's
EPCC
amazing.
and Humana.
It's
and
amazing,
ourselves.
this wonderful partnership that has developed over the years. And that's how we can provide our classes and how we leverage, funding, how we leverage our participation and being able to offer these programs. We have the Love Conference in February. And remember, coming up in September, we celebrate Grandparents' Day, National Grandparents' Day. We want to celebrate Grandparents' Day as important as Mother's Day, Father's Day, Grandparents' Day. So we'll invite you then. And then in Christmas, we do the big celebration of the holiday and Christmas, and they love that show too. So how can they get a hold of you?
Yes, you can always get a hold of me. There's two ways. You can get a hold of me on my phone number, which is 915-256-4436, or my email, which is cmartinez16@wellmet.net.
Super. And then?
And for myself, yes, my cell phone's always on, 915-801-8144, or my email, vmarquez1@convivasolutions.com.
Super. Well, I think we just covered about everything, and we certainly want to invite you again to the Mature Living Show throughout the year. We're going to be recording, so if you have something special to come and share with our audience, we certainly will have you. So
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you for the time. We appreciate it.
Thank you for being here. I appreciate your time.
Thank
so we'll be back with more guests here on Mature Living. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank Alma Sierra at Humana as well. We'll be back.
The lady on the phone was saying that she was my granddaughter. She needs help, and she hasn't got the money, and they're going to take her to jail.
We went to the bank, got the money, and then the girl came over, picked it up, and then she took off.
Anyone is vulnerable to this. They're very good.
Next month I'll be 9.
I'm going to the big game.
I'm getting married soon.
But sadly, they may never see these milestones. At least one person has died every single day on Texas roads since 2000. Every day.
A child.
A parent.
A spouse.
Doesn't come home. When you drive today, stay focused, obey laws, drive responsibly, end the streak of daily deaths.
You can do it, Texas. Let's end the streak.
I was talking to somebody, and then I started babbling. Al called the Alzheimer's Association.
They've had some wonderful classes.
There was a support group there, too.
Our primary referred us to a neurologist. The new working diagnosis is vascular cognitive impairment. But we will continue to be part of the Alzheimer's Association because they've been so supportive.
Caregiving isn't easy.
Reaching the Alzheimer's Association is.
Well, thank you for staying with us on Mature Living. We're going to finish out this show by interviewing a very important person that has recently been the executive director of the Alzheimer's Association. She's taken on that role, and it's a big one, let me tell you. We need to support. And this is Valerie Sanchez. And I want you to meet her. She's been here for the first time, and she's an El Pasoan. So let's find out who she is as we introduce her. And then she's going to share some information on their conference, their annual conference. Thank you for being with us. I appreciate you said yes to our invitation.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. Very excited to be here.
And thanking Maria Llamas for being so gracious as to arrange everything for us. So tell me a little bit about yourself, Valerie.
Okay, well, I'm a native El Pasoan, born and raised in the Lower Valley, Socorro to be exact. God country.
Yeah,
God country down in Socorro. I'm a proud Socorro Bulldog and UTEP alumni. So go Miners, picks up. So very proud of my community. I'm a product of my community, and I'm very fortunate to be able to serve and give back to the community that produced me and made me who I am today.
That's wonderful. And so you've joined the Alzheimer's Association as the executive director. That's a big charge. And we want to maintain the Alzheimer's Association and all the activities and your groups, your support groups and volunteerism and the whole bit And that's why we're here. So tell me a little bit about your programs and about the Alzheimer's Association, which is a West Texas.
Yes, so we are the Alzheimer's Association West Texas chapter. We are home based here in El Paso, but our reach reaches to Amarillo, Lubbock, San Angelo, the Permian Basin area. So a total of 80 counties in West Texas, but our home base is here in El Paso.
Wow, do you travel then?
Yes, as executive director, I go and visit our areas. Maria Llamas, our program director, she'll go out and visit the outlying communities to provide support, either it's our support groups, community educators programs, any resources these communities need. We're out there trying to bolster in community to let folks know that we're here for you. We're here to help end this disease and help our caregivers give them that hand up that they need along their journey as well. So
I recently visited a memory ward where many of the persons with dementia, Alzheimer's, there's lots of dementias, right? And it just hit my heart. And of course, my two biggest fears, and I've said this before, is falling, because that could, be very detrimental to your mobility and your active life, and also dementia or Alzheimer's. My two biggest fears. So I know you know and have learned how do we as community and share with our viewers, our seniors, how can we, even if you're young, I mean, how can we minimize?
First and foremost, it's being aware, and that is knowing the signs and symptoms of Alzheimer's and other dementia. As simple as just noticing any behaviors, a change in mom and dad or grandma and grandpa. Maybe, any one of us can forget our keys somewhere. How many times it happens to us? But the moment you notice, I can't remember what this is for. I can't remember, well, what does this do?
Or a fork, as an example, a fork.
Yeah, you don't know its functionality anymore. What is the purpose of it? So when you start noticing symptoms like that, that's a red flag. And that is where you have that conversation with your loved one and say, you know what, I'm noticing some differences in behavior. How about we talk to our doctor? Let's go talk to our physician and see, run a little test, a cognitive test, just to see, because prevention is the key. You want to detect early on so you can begin planning. If there is a diagnosis, you can begin planning caregiving and the steps, because this is a progressive disease and it takes time. Some, it can be very aggressive, others can take years. So the first step is to always detect in order to be able to be responsive and not as reactive, so we can properly plan for the journey ahead.
I noticed my mom, when she was in her older years, close to 90, I would take her somewhere and she went in her purse, but I would put it on the side. Where's my purse? It's right there, right next to. Where's my purse? I kept repeating the same question. I said, what's happening? And this was just in her older years dementia.
Yes. And, as caregivers or as family, we have to be careful not to add to the stigma and say, oh, okay, well, maybe she's losing it, or she's not remembering, as if she's the problem. No, there's an underlying condition. How many times do we do that and we want to ignore it because we may not want to face the reality?
Or we get frustrated. And we're not going to get frustrated.
Exactly. And so the first thing is having patience and having that awareness and understanding that something may not be right. And so we can help them along and find that diagnosis and pursue treatment.
So what are some of your services and, education, support groups? What are some of your
So locally services? And in our communities, we do provide programs and services. So we do provide care support for our caregivers. So we do have our local support groups. If you are a caregiver and you just need to talk to someone, you need a group, we offer that support in far west El Paso, central, east side. So the more we're trying to pop up additional support groups throughout the community that is volunteer driven, volunteer based, with a facilitator. We train our volunteers to provide that care support. But then we also provide community awareness presentations to everyone in any organization willing to speak to us. So we'll go to your local Lions Club, we'll go to your place of business, talk to your employees, and educate our community wherever, wherever you sign us up, we're going to be there. And we will provide that education and awareness piece so folks know what to look for in Alzheimer's and dementias and what we're doing in pursuit of cures and all. So those are two areas that we focus on.
And it's amazing. So you have one office, one main office, or do you have different offices, or do you, when you provide these support groups or these meetings, this education, do you go and into other organizations and use their facilities?
Yes, the power of collaboration in the community, that is key for us. We are volunteer driven, and so we build partnerships, for example, with the city in using the library, because our support groups are open to the public.
Yes.
So we provide a public service. One of our biggest supporters, such as Economy Cash and Carry, they offer their community room to us. Other organizations, so anyone willing to collaborate with us and offer a space, we are more than happy to go in and give those presentations to employees, to the community. So it all goes back to the power of community collaboration to provide this information to everyone.
And the real burden comes down on the caregiver, huh?
Yes, absolutely.
It's a very difficult job, whether you're a spouse, a brother or a sister, a sibling, a mother, a daughter. Many times it's the daughters that are caring for their parents.
Yes.
How do we keep healthy these caregivers?
Let me tell you, in the U.S.
conference
today, you have 11 million unpaid caregivers. 11 million unpaid caregivers. And these are individuals who either leave their job, are working part-time, or they're caring for their loved one 100% of the time. Now, with that journey, it is quite an undertaking, because it's not only the physical caregiving, you're talking the emotional toll, financial toll it has on that caregiver. You don't have an income because you're caring for your loved one, so your means become limited. And also the stress on that person, because you're going 24/7 making sure your loved one's taken care of. They're fed, they're clean, they're clothed, their emotional needs, their doctor's appointments. It's a full-time 24/7 job. And so at the Alzheimer's Association, we do provide support specifically for caregivers. And one way is we're hosting our third annual West Texas annual conference. And that is one way that we support our caregivers, to provide resources. Because the number one question in our community, or any community, is, where do I go? I need help. What do we have to offer? And it's our mission to ensure that our community knows we are here for you, whether it's through our helpline or through providing a connection to these community resources during, it's a one-day conference, but we're going to make sure we connect you to where you need to be.
Okay, so now, when is the conference and how
can
they attend? Yeah, the good
yes,
stuff.
Absolutely. So the conference is February the 17th, and it'll be from 8 to 2 o'clock on a Saturday here at El Paso Community College in the administrative building in the auditorium. Again, talking about the power of community collaboration. Thanks to our partnership and Community College for providing us as a nonprofit the facility. We're able to keep our costs low so we can host over 350 attendees, our caregivers in the community. So again, the power of community collaboration. So thank you to EPCC for that, first and foremost, because without them, we can't have this conference.
I attended the conference last year, the Caregiver Journey Conference sponsored by the Alzheimer's Association, your organization. It was awesome. Like exhibitors, the tables, the agencies, oh my gosh, even the police department was there. And oh my gosh, it was like a really very informative conference, very well attended. The speakers, awesome speakers.
Great speakers.
With great PowerPoints.
Yes,
and, let me tell you, it was really, really
great. No, and that's exactly what we'll be conducting this year again. We'll be teaching topics from responding to dementia behaviors, to maybe probate and guardianship needs, because there's also that legal aspect that our families need to be prepared for legally, from knowing the difference between maybe palliative and hospice care. What is the difference? And self-care. As a caregiver, you're giving. Well, who's taking care of you? And you need to know, self-care at some point, and knowing how to ask for help, but also knowing the resources behind it. And ultimately learning about the disease, Alzheimer's, dementias, where we're at and how we can, again, respond to our loved one that's already been diagnosed. So great topics, various topics that we'll have one day, plus over 35 exhibitors providing their services and connecting back into community, ranging from...
We're going to have our table.
Oh, yes, you're going to have your table, exactly.
Our senior adult program is going to be there as well.
Absolutely.
We want to promote our free classes.
Yes, free classes and all.
To keep people active.
Exactly. And just letting know what better way to convene 350 attendees and connecting them to all our community resources. Because the one thing we don't like to hear is, I wish I would have known. I wish I would have known.
Yeah, and I didn't know that.
I didn't know that we had this. And so now we're going to make it known and let people know we're here for you. We have resources, and connect with us.
And I'm happy we can be a part of that collaboration and
partnership.
Community partnership. One last thing. You're going to have the walk. You usually have that at a different month.
Yes.
When do you have
it?
In
November.
In
November.
November?
Have a walk, yes.
We got to mention a little bit about that because I'm running out of time here. But also a call for volunteers.
Yes.
Can you use volunteers?
Absolutely. We're always looking for volunteers, whether you like to volunteer for our walks, our fundraisers we'll talk about. You would like to be a community educator and provide just awareness presentations in the community and let people know about Alzheimer's.
And you train them.
We train our volunteers. We take care of our volunteers to be out in community. But then there's also those, maybe some retired educators who still have that teaching bug, and they would like to become a facilitator of a support group. We also train our facilitators for our support groups. So the more volunteers we have, the bigger our base and reach will be in our communities. So please come by, volunteer with us. There's something for everyone.
Do you ever speak to the Retired Teachers Association?
Yes, and we never say no to any speaking engagements. There's two rules in development: never say no to money, and never say no to an invitation to speak. So we'll gladly speak to anyone.
Super. The last thing, let's give your website and how they can contact you.
Yes, absolutely. So to register for the conference, to contact us for volunteer opportunities, anything, please visit us at www.alz.org/West Texas. There is all you need to register for the conference, because also, I forgot to mention, we do have our virtual series for the conference. If you cannot attend in person, we will have a 1-week series virtually. You can register a one-stop shop for that and attend some virtual lectures for 1 hour as well the following week. And that will be broadcast statewide, especially through our 80 counties. So anyone can tap into that virtually.
That's a wonderful
connect
service.
Connect to our website. Again, it's alz.org/West Texas. And better yet, give us a call. We are local. We are in the office from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. And we'd be happy to have you come visit, pick up some brochures, pick up additional information on our resources, and we'll help you navigate based on your needs, connect you back to resources for whatever you may need. Again, you're not alone. We are here to support our caregivers and our community. So give us a call, 915-544-1799. And again, we're here to help.
It was great to meet you, Valerie Sanchez.
Likewise. Thank you so much for having me. Greatly appreciate it.
We'll be having you back.
Yes,
okay?
please
Every
have
so
us
often
back.
with different topics. Maybe bring a doctor. Maybe bring.
Yes, absolutely.
We'll
bring in some researchers and all. But thank you so much for having us.
And thank you, our viewers, for watching Mature Living. I hope you've learned a lot on this show. We'll see you all next week. Thank you, Val.
Thank you.